Okay, I think we got a good thumbnail. Hey, Bradley, how we doing this afternoon? Early morning, late morning, I suppose.
I'm doing good, buddy. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. I appreciate it.
A lot better than I was last Saturday when I couldn't get out of bed.
No. What you been up to? Anything fun?
Not much,
You,
but it's been a
I
long
know
week
you.
at work, so that's
Yeah,
why I had no shows this week. I had my boss was on vacation all week, so
I got you. So you were
he up
working.
early all week. So I just realized I didn't do my Friday show the last 2 weeks. Oh shit!
I thought you did it last week. Pretty sure you did.
All right, did I do it last week?
Yeah, because I got on
Oh,
at the end.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Because we had what's his name
Chris.
on Chris. That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
Chris.
know that. I thought that I only done it.
No,
Okay.
no, you did. You did last week. You just only had we missed 1 week of shows, which was good with me because I had things going on Thursday night. So it was.
How'd that all work out, man? It
Went great. We had a great rehearsal, and last night was our first. Was the opening show of this weekend, and they killed it. They were absolutely on fire.
Good.
It was fucking awesome. I don't have anything particularly planned because that's kind of the point of the show is to not plan anything. But
Right.
did you see? I suppose we could start with the NBA
Okay.
and the shenanigans by fans that have been going. You know,
Talk about this.
I rail against referees. Like, no one's there to see you, right? Put the whistles away and let the players play.
Right.
It's not about you. It's not, especially in baseball. And umps getting so mad because somebody doesn't like a call. Well, if you made the right call, no one would be mad at you.
Right.
And I get it. I get it. It is tough being an official, and I won't say that it's not a job that I would, that I'm queuing up for or anything, but even less so is the fans. No one is there to see you, and when you make yourself part of the show, all you're doing is being an a-hole.
Yep. I agree.
And my dad had a great idea. Instead of sending them jail or fining them or banning them from the stadium, you make them stand outside the stadium with a sign around a sandwich board sign around their neck that says, "I can't hold my liquor."
There you well.
you know,
I agree with that. You know
Yeah.
what? To be honest with you, I think if for the people who spit at Trey Young or threw popcorn on Russell Westbrook or racial slurs to John Morant's family, you should be banned from every sporting venue for the rest of your life. If you go to a sporting event and you're like you just said, you make it about you and not about the players or the game itself, you should be banned for life from every sporting event, every venue. And then you know what? That'll teach you not to do the stupid shit that happens this week in the NBA.
And let's take the Trey Young incident because I think the Trey Young is the most severe because you don't know who's spitting on you. You don't know what kind of diseases. If he gets something in his eye, or I believe from the video that I saw that he had his back to them. You don't know if he has some kind of cut or a nick on his neck, and they had some kind of disease like AIDS or HIV, or even if they had corona, and you get spit on by somebody, and next thing you know, you're laid up in the hospital for 3 weeks trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Thankfully, nothing bad happened, and ideally, this shit wouldn't happen. Now, I don't understand why people want to go out of their way to be assholes like that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand fighting with other fans. That shit makes no sense to me. I go to a sporting event to watch the game. I don't care if you're an Indian. Like there were so last Tigers game I went to, there were Indians fans, and they cheered when the Indians scored. They booed when we scored, and I didn't see the need to go over there and make a nuisance of myself and challenge them to a fight or get in their face or anything like that. Oh, this is probably. Oh, okay. For some reason, it's not showing up that I'm live because I wanted to share it on Facebook. But when the and that was the thing is that I just didn't make unless I put it on the wrong channel. I might have. I don't think so. Sorry. And that's the thing for me is like, there it is. Can I not copy the link? Blah, 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 English and words and junk. But you have to respect the players. These guys, as much as so many of them are overpaid prima donna superstars who aren't worth the money they're paid, it's still their job. It's still their profession.
Mm-hmm.
And respecting the game. You talk about disrespecting the game and somebody watching a home run for too long, or swinging 3-0 on swinging on 3-0 up late, up big late. To me, it's more disrespectful for someone to spit on somebody, throw popcorn on somebody, yell racial epithets at their family, run out on the court or run out on the field like the jackass at the Super Bowl that bet on himself. I don't know if you remember that, but this absolute ass clown.
Yeah.
He thought that he was gonna get, he was gonna be slick and real smooth, right? He there was I don't remember which betting organization was, but they bet on whether you could take out a bet on whether there'd be a streaker or not.
Mm-hmm.
And so he bets on himself, that he bets that there will be a streaker, and then he does it himself. And yeah, they totally nixed that. I mean, and again, it's about making it about yourself. As much as I don't want to, or as much as I don't want the referees making it about themselves, I want the fans making it about themselves even less.
Right.
And as there's no I in team, and so players are supposed to be about the team, and then the officials are supposed to be about the game, the integrity of the game, and making sure that everyone is playing fair and playing the right way. And so when you have fans get involved, and I understand chanting, like I don't remember what they were chanting at Trae Young. Something funny. It was innocuous and harmless, and
he's a Sooner. I'm sure they were saying like "Go Longhorns" or something. Yeah.
I think they were chanting "You suck" or something, or like in hockey when they'll chant at a goalie, like if he makes like the opposing goalie will give up a bad goal, and they'll come back and they'll chant his name.
Yeah.
Try just to rattle and get him off his game. That's one thing. Or or cheering for your guys. Trying to get them. You're down late in the third period, and you're trying to fire your team up. And I think one thing that has the playoffs, the NHL playoffs. I don't watch a lot of the basketball playoffs, but I watched pretty much every game in the NHL playoffs. Every game that I can, at least parts of them. And having fans back in the stands has changed the whole dynamic. It really has. And even from watching on TV, you can see the players are playing with more energy.
Mm-hmm.
You see that they, they're more into it. And going from 2019, where we had fans all year, and it was something that we'd always had. We'd always had fans, even in the during the Spanish flu pandemic, 100 years ago, they didn't stop having fans. They canceled, they just canceled games, but they still had, even when they played, they still had fans. During World War II, they still had fans, even if it wasn't, even though that we were at war and Europe was on fire and Asia was on fire and everything was all kind of shitty. Mm-hmm. they still had fans in the stands. You know, it was such a stark contrast going from 2019 and having fans all year, and you know, not even thinking about how, you know, how weird it would be to not have fans. Not even a thought in my mind. And I can't be. I'm sure that I'm not the only one that never thought we wouldn't have fans. You know, we always have fans. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta pay the bills. That's how you pay the bills. Keep the lights on in the building. Gotta
Absolutely.
have fans. You know, TV. Yeah, TV makes you money, but TV is how you pay the players. You know, and fans are how you keep the building up. You know, how you maintain the stadium. You gotta have fans. You gotta have you know, all the. It's not just ticket sales. You know, ticket sales might make up 60% of your revenue for a particular season in a particular sport, and the rest is made up with concession stands and merch sales. You know, you go to a concert, you know, your ticket gets you in the door, and then you buy a T-shirt, and you buy a couple beers, and you buy a hot dog, and then you buy a CD, and you spent $100 on a ticket, and then you spend another $200 on all the other stuff that you buy when you're there, and you know the venue makes their $100 and the band makes their $200. You know, and that's, you know, not to get sidetracked on, and but you know, that's how you make your money as in live entertainment.
Right.
You know, and it's not just simply ticket sales. It's everything else that goes with it. It's all the merch sales and all the concession sales. And it's expensive to have a stadium that you're only going to be using 5 or 6 months a year. What are you going to do? You know, and you can only hold so many concerts, and you have to have, you know, concerts that are going to sell for artists that people want to see. And you know, if you project 40,000 or 50,000 people and you only get 25,000, you know, if you allocate 40,000, you know, let's take Comerica because it's one of the stadiums I'm most familiar with. I've been to. You know, if you allocate 40,000 seats for a concert and you only get 28,000 people, well, you've got 12,000 seats that are unfilled, and that's all that revenue that's going out the door that didn't even come in.
Correct.
And so, you know, finally getting fans back in the stands and getting back to normal, and you know, getting vaccinated. And I know on your show you won't tell anyone to get vaccinated, but this is my show, and I'm going to tell you, go get vaccinated. It's safe. It is so incredibly safe that even the most radical numbers of people that have had the most severe complications from the COVID vaccine are so low that they would be what we would consider statistically insignificant. I've seen, and I haven't seen accurate statistics on the people who have passed away after receiving the vaccine. The numbers that I'm hearing is about 10,000. Well, about 1.5 billion people have been vaccinated. If you do the math, and I'm no mathematician, so take it with a grain of salt or a mine, you know, whichever you prefer. You're looking at 0.00006% compared to the people that have contracted COVID. Of the 150 million or so confirmed closed cases, there have been 3.5 million deaths. That means 2% of everyone who has had a close 2% of everyone that has COVID has reached an outcome from COVID has died. Get your vaccine. You are far more likely to die from COVID than you are from the vaccine, by far and away. You will not get microchipped. It's not going to change your DNA. It cannot change your DNA. That's my rant for the day. That's there.
Well, I did see something too. My coworker mentioned to me yesterday that everyone that's had COVID and gets vaccinated, they are good for life because your body's already had it, and now you have the vaccine in your bloodstream too. So you got it.
So they won't need a booster shot.
Correct. Now, again, guys, like he just said, I went through it. Yes, I had some bad reactions to the second shot more than my first shot. But would I take that over being in the hospital or dying? Absolutely. Absolutely.
And yeah, my best friend, he got his second shot last Thursday, and so he was out Friday. He missed work Friday because he was miserable, and he was miserable until about Tuesday, and then he came in out to work on Tuesday, and he was good. He was ready to go. It's like, think about that compared to how bad you were when you had COVID.
Yeah.
My other best friend at work, he got COVID. I've had 3 people at work get COVID on me. My girlfriend, my daughter, her mom, my dad, my brother, the 3 people that I mentioned from work, and my girlfriend's cousin, who's a young guy, younger than my age, like late 20s, early 30s, fit, works out every day. Not an ounce of fat on him. Big, strong, good looking guy. He ended up in the hospital on a vent tube, in a feeding tube. I haven't talked to him about him in about a week. I don't know if he's recovered yet or if he's still in that. He's in critical condition. A guy that that kind of it wouldn't affect you that bad.
Right.
Kind of person. Not that he was being irresponsible or anything, but he was a young, healthy guy who you wouldn't think would contract, that would have the most severe reaction to COVID. It can happen to anybody.
Yep.
Don't take it lightly. Just because we're starting to get back to normal doesn't mean that you should shirk your responsibilities. If you're not vaccinated, wear a mask. Social distance.
I still wear a mask, guys, and I'm vaccinated. So
right. I don't wear the mask anymore because I can't stand them. I'm sick and tired of wearing masks, but I do social distance where I can. I don't stand right up on people. At least 3 feet. 3 feet is more than enough distance. You can still talk to somebody. You can still interact with somebody.
Yeah.
But you're not so close that you're breathing on them.
Right.
So that is my science rant for the day. But I'm gonna play with this a little bit because I don't play with this very much.
Do you want to talk hockey playoffs?
Yeah, that was where I was thinking about going. I just wanted to play with the
settings
here.
There we go.
Yeah, I like that one. I just wanted to play with the settings because the last couple of weeks I haven't had anybody but me here. Last week I had a really good show. Last week's show was really good, and I really had fun. The month of the show before.
Yeah, if I wasn't,
half dead,
having reactions from the shot, I would have been on here last week. Because, dude, you sent me the link, and I'm like, oh, do I really want to? I'm like, I am in so much pain.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Bad mood. I'm like, nah, I think I'll just skip it. I'm gonna, yeah.
Okay, no problem. I had a good show last week actually, so that was fun. But so what do you think? On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate this year's playoffs so far?
I'd say an 8. There's been some exciting hockey.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, let's look back last night. I mean, who would have thought the Minnesota Wild would have pushed the Knights to 7 games?
Right.
I didn't think that. I mean, I think I picked Minnesota to win it, but
yeah, you said it backwards though, because you had St. Louis and St. Louis and the Knights, and Minnesota and Colorado. When I was
yeah.
So you had to reverse those two, and I was like, oh, because I went back to watch the earlier Thursday before Thursday morning before you had canceled the show on me. I went back to look at it and see what I had said. So I got Boston right. I got the Islanders right. Carolina I got right. Let's see.
You had right? I think you guys.
Yeah, I had the Lightning in 7. When it ended up being 6. It's funny. I said Toronto in 5, but that'll probably mean that they'll be up 3-1 and blow a 3-1 lead. And then now they're pushed. Montreal pushed them to Game 6 tonight, and They're going to have fans in the stands for the first time this year.
Are they in Toronto or are they in Montreal?
They're in Montreal.
Yeah, that's good. They should. I mean, if anyone out there is a Leafs fan and they're watching this show, you guys need to. I don't know what's wrong with you. You know what's wrong with the team? A team that came into the playoffs that everyone had picked to be a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
This is going to be the year that Canada finally ends their long streak of Stanley Cups.
Yeah, it's been almost 30
Montreal
years.
takes Toronto out. That's your best chance of winning a Stanley Cup because Montreal can't carry them. Winnipeg.
Winnipeg's one and done.
The Jets, maybe.
I don't see the Jets beating.
I don't see the best chance for Canadian-based franchise is the Leafs, in my opinion.
That's left.
So,
I acknowledge
who's leading in that series? Who's up 3-2?
Toronto.
Oh, okay.
I just want to acknowledge our viewer here, the Land Before Time 75. Hey, welcome to the show. I hope you're enjoying it. Tweet it, share it, like it, subscribe, all that good junk. The Wild. That's where I wanted to go with that. Not the Wild. I'm sorry, the Jets. Winnipeg. I was thinking Winnipeg and said the Wild. I was thinking W's. Got all confused. Who gave me a speaking job? I don't see Winnipeg getting past either Montreal or Toronto. Because I predicted, they were my pick to win. I think I said 6 and it ended up being 4. But the reason I took Winnipeg over Edmonton is because I felt that they weren't that good. I felt that Edmonton was going to choke because I didn't think that. You just see those. How many times have we seen guys have 100-point seasons in the playoffs, not named Gretzky, just choke like they're horrid, and that's where I thought that I figured that Minnesota or Winnipeg would beat Edmonton, and this is why I have no viewers. Well,
the thing with Edmonton, and for the longest time they can't find any help for Connor McDavid. Here's the question I have. I don't know what McDavid's contract situation's like Edmonton, but dude, do you want to stay in an area where you're not winning? Would you not want to go somewhere else and try to win? That's just me.
They were a 1 seed.
He's the best player in the NHL, hands down. Right?
I believe so.
Why would you not want to go someplace else where you can win and be a part of a winning team? I don't know. That's just me.
But it's not exactly like he's in Edmonton or in Boston. Buffalo, good Lord. It's not exactly like he's in Buffalo or Detroit or Anaheim. They're still a decent team. They made the playoffs. He had 100+ points. It's just, it goes back to what I was saying about Jeff Blashill 3 weeks ago now, before he got his contract renewal. It's good. It doesn't matter how good your players are. If you can't coach, you can't coach.
Right.
Look at, he's got Draisaitl, the coach in Edmonton. He's got Draisaitl. He's got McDavid. He's got Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I forget who's on the back end there in Edmonton, but he's got Smith in the goal. It's not everything isn't just about the players. And it's about, it's so much more about having a game plan and executing the game plan. People don't think about hockey as a sport that requires a game plan and good head coaching, but it's about rolling all 4 lines and matching well and being able to execute on the power play and the penalty kill.
Right.
and being able to put out the right combination of guys in each given situation to make the most of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Edmonton needs to change coaches, or if they need to get more defensive help, or if they need to get a better goalie. I just want to look at the last. Let me see here. So they lost 4-1, 1-0, 5-4, and 4-3. So they were only out of one game.
Yeah.
And they took in three of the and the only game that they were really out of was game 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 3 games they went to overtime. So they were right there. So I wouldn't say that, McDavid, I would not be wanting to jump ship just yet. I would stay the course, because I think he's got another 5 years on his deal. I think he signed an 8-year contract back in 2018 or 2017. So he's still got a couple years left on his contract. He'll only be 30 when that contract expires. So it's not like he's going to be 32 or 35 when that contract expires. And he's going to be on the back end of his career, and he may be on the decline in his career.
Mm-hmm.
So I would wait and see what management wants to do. And if they're still getting bounced in the first round in 2022, 2023, then I might demand a trade. But until then, I'm just going to ride it out and see where it is.
Right.
What's your kitty cat's name?
Oh, this is Ariel. Actually, the funny thing, buddy, is within the next couple weeks, they're going to be moved, because my roommate that's moving in with me in July is allergic to cats. So I have to. These are my mom's cats.
You have to rehome them.
I have to say goodbye to them in the next couple weeks.
I got
but I am giving them to a shelter that can foster them out for care. I'm not killing them. I'm not sending them off to die or anything
to
like
the farm.
Yeah. Not sending them out to be killed or anything like that. But
you're gonna get them rehomed into the.
Yeah, like I said, my roommate is allergic, so when he's moving in the weekend after Father's Day, so it's coming up real quick. I mean, we only have about a month.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I mean, my mom. What is today's date? The 29th?
Yeah, today's 29th.
Yeah, unfortunately, my mom will be gone 5 months as of tomorrow. So it's funny how you don't count time for things, and all of a sudden now,
then something comes up and you think about it.
And then too, but I just realized too that on my birthday in September will be exactly 9 months since she passed away. So that's going to be a rough day for me. My birthday and her being gone that long.
Right.
But,
at least you love college football, so got that going for you.
Well, I mean, I was going to say something about that. You were talking about that. USF announced that they are going to have full capacity come, the fall. So, boys and girls, if I get credentials to USF, I am looking to a sold out Raymond James Stadium, which will primarily be wearing blue and orange. Unfortunately, there will be a lot of blue and orange in the stands that day, more than there will be green and gold. But nevertheless, it will be nice to have full capacity back at Raymond James Stadium. I know the Lightning have upped. They went from 9,000, I think, to 12,000 for round 2 of their matchup with the Carolina Hurricanes, and they also lifted the ban on letting people that have opposing jerseys to sit in the lower bowl. If you guys don't know, so we had a restriction on just keeping the home fans in the lower bowl. Well, they've lifted that restriction, so everybody in Carolina that's coming down to watch them play, guess what?
Yeah,
guys?
they caught a lot of shit for that.
You can wear your jerseys in the lower bowl.
they caught a lot of pushback on that.
Yeah.
because they had a couple of fans, and a young fan, he was an 11-year-old wearing Panthers gear, trying to get down into the lower bowl, and they told him to go change. And yeah, the internet was not too happy about that.
I don't understand that because again, just like you were just talking, it's a fan paying for a seat. Okay, yeah, you don't want them down there because you want to be able to see all the home. Then the home fan should step up and buy tickets. Then,
if you didn't buy the ticket and I bought the ticket and I'm rooting for
it, don't sell it.
Right.
Or if you do sell it, make sure you're selling it to a fellow Lightning fan.
Yeah, I mean, but again, who cares?
Yeah.
It's not when let's say if you're the Lightning and you're out when I forget what the final score was. I think it was like 6-2 in Game 6 there.
Yeah.
And you're a Lightning and you're a Lightning fan. You couldn't get a ticket to the game. You had other obligations, you had other things going on, and so you couldn't make it. I couldn't. I've personally, there's nothing more satisfying than the other. The camera, the words in junk.
Mm-hmm.
The camera panning around the lower bowl or the upper bowl, and nothing but disappointed other fans' faces. If it's my team, and nothing but sad Panther faces. I'm all for that. Yeah.
And guys, real quick too, the Panthers are not far away from being they're a good team now.
They're a very good team. They're not far away from being cup contenders.
Correct.
They took the Lightning to 6 games in round 1. So,
and like I said, that team isn't going to go away.
No.
Coach Q's got them playing very well. So.
The only thing that could put a damper on that is if Quenneville decides to retire here in the next year or two.
Right.
And that'll be them getting they'll have to be and then it'll be finding the right replacement for him is the words that I was trying to speak. Who can come in and replace Quenneville and keep this cohesion?
I don't see him. I don't see him leaving anytime soon. But then again, who knows if health issues can come up? I mean, there's a bunch of stuff out there that can, obviously alter that. But I think with what he's got the last 2 seasons in Florida, and I think they got to build guys. I mean, if you've never been, again, I'm from the state of Florida. They have a nice arena in Sunrise. Okay, that arena in Sunrise is very nice, but they gotta start getting people that are Panther fans to be there all year round, even when they're having losing seasons. They have to get Panther fans in there. So if Quenneville can keep that atmosphere of you coming in, even when they're having a tough seasons, then yes, so he's the right guy for the job.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If you can keep the enthusiasm up, even if they're not exactly winning every game, that's going to be important because that's what's killing the Panthers right now is the fact that even though that they are winning, the same thing goes with the Marlins, and other teams that are people are talking about moving, like the A's, the Marlins, the Panthers. There is no enthusiasm when they're losing.
No.
Even Detroit, will still sell well and sell out on the weekend, even though they're not exactly winners.
Yeah.
And as soon as they start winning, the fans will come back. But the thing about it is you can't say that about like Tampa Bay, the Panther, the Rays. Jesus, who gave me a speaking job for Christ's sake? You can't say that about the Rays. I mean, they've won 95 plus games the last 3 seasons, and they still can't get more than 20, 25, 20, 30 people in the stands.
Mm-hmm.
And the A's are a really damn good baseball team.
They are.
Now I know
division. Both the Rays and the A's both are fighting for their respectable division leads. Actually, the Rays are in the lead in the AL East right now over the Red Sox by a half a game. So yeah, there you go.
And that's the thing about the you know what? I'm gonna drop the link to my dad and see if just because He said he doesn't want to come on, but I'm going to drop the link and, let him make the decision. Why not, right? Go. You can figure it out. He's like, I'd be terrible on your show. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. Just come on, Fox Sports. It'd be all right. We were talking hockey the other night. He was like, who do you think's the best goalie in the league? And I said, the kid in Tampa Bay, whose name is
Andre Vasilevsky.
Vasilevsky, yeah. He's like, I don't even know who that is. I was like, doesn't matter. He's like, I'd be terrible on your show.
I think a lot, but I think a lot of people don't want to come on is they get nervous and they're afraid to slip up. But guys, we all slip up. I slip up. Adam slips up. Lewis slips up. We all slip up, man. We're not professionals, guys. We're just doing this for fun and the way it is. Yeah.
We're not doing it for money.
Right.
And we certainly ain't doing it for a shit ton of money.
If we are doing it for money, we're trying to get to that money. But right now,
that's why we do a show. That's why I do 2 shows, sometimes 3, maybe 4. I'm trying to get better. I finally actually settled on a name. This is going to be my name across all the shows that I do. The least humble host. That's going to be my moniker. Okay. That way I have one name for all my shows, and because that was when I used to DJ that was my nickname, was DJ Booker, because that was the radio guy, the radio operator in the movie Kelly's Heroes. He was Booker.
Mm-hmm.
So I took DJ Booker, and then I was like the least humble DJ on your radio dial.
There you go.
And so then, because I made no bones about it that I thought I was good at what I did, and so I think I'm pretty good at this. So, that's where the moniker comes from, and I think it'd become, if this ever does blow up and become something cool, it'd be good for a T-shirt.
Absolutely.
People, I put the least humble on a T-shirt, and they'd be like, "Who's that?" "Oh, it's Adam Mangold." "Well, I've never heard of him." "Well, here's his YouTube channel. Check him out."
There you go. Yep.
So that's kind of where the name comes from. But I have fun doing it, and that's all I'm worried about, is having fun. And trying to get better each week, each show. Providing insight in.
I could do that, but with the Walk Report, I could put that. I could put Adam, the least humble host, Mangold, the sports for Brad Walker, and then we gotta come up with a nickname for Lewis.
Yeah, we gotta come up with something with Lou. I like. Do you remember Lou Whitaker?
I do remember Lou Whitaker. Yeah.
Played second base, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and I don't understand why he's not. In Detroit for so many years. He's part of the '84 championship team. Mm-hmm. The one of the greatest batteries in the history of base. Or it's not a battery, because battery's pitcher and catcher. Infields. I forget what they call that in baseball. Shortstop and second.
I forget what they call that combination, but yeah.
Yeah. You know what? It's as my friend from the cigar bar likes to say, Craig, it is knowable. So let's look it up. You ever heard that old joke? What's the what's longer, home to first or second to third?
Mm-mm.
It's second to third, because there's a shortstop in the middle.
Oh, gotcha. I was like, wait a minute, isn't it 90 feet all the way around?
Yeah. What's longer, the distance from home to
30 feet? 30 feet from home to first, 30 feet from first to second, 30 feet from so on and so forth all the way around.
It's 90 feet from each bag. Yeah. Dead air, because that's what I'm good at. There's a name for it. That
I gotta hop off here at 11:30 just to give you kind of a heads up.
Okay. What you got going? You got something going on then?
I do. I'm doing laundry, and I gotta go get my. Today is actually
doing laundry day, huh?
My cleaning day, but
okay.
But I pop on here for a little while, and then I get off here. But yep.
We're only going till 12, so if you wanted to stay till 12, can you stay another half hour?
I'd have to go pick up my lunch at 12 o'clock.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But here's what I can do. I can switch to my phone.
Okay, sounds good.
And then maybe I can do it while I'm in the car driving. I won't be on video, but I'll be audio.
You're right. Yeah, I don't
know if it'll screw up the show or anything, but
no, just when you leave your computer, close it out all the way,
okay.
And then when you get on your phone, and then get on your phone that way.
Okay.
Because that's what happened the other week when it was like, it's because you didn't.
Loud beeping sound. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was why we got that horrid feedback. Is because I hadn't closed out my phone and you brought me in on my laptop.
Gotcha.
So that's why I like to leave my before when we were rehearsing. I was leaving I was coming home, opening up my laptop and getting it all set up so that when I got home I could just jump in and then I would get on my phone, and before I got home I was driving home, and then when I got home I would kill my phone and get on my laptop. So just kill it before you get on.
Yeah.
Because I'm only going till 12 today because I got things to do and stuff and junk, which is probably going to end up being just more video games and not doing anything that I'm supposed to be doing. My girlfriend's moving in next week. She's going to be here. Yep. She's going to spend the summer with me, and we're going to see how it works and see if we can make it. If we survive the summer, then we're going to look at getting our own place next year and becoming a family unit. So looking forward to that. But when we get closer to the NFL season, last week I actually found this really cool program. This really cool it's not I guess a website is a better word for it. NFL schedule predictor. And it's called playoffpredictor.com. And you're able to go through every single week and every single game. And so that's what I did last week on this show, was I went through every single game in the last half. It took me like 45 minutes to go through all the games.
Right.
And I ended up with, so this is where I met, and I probably missed some game. I probably got some there are probably, how you have winners and you have surprise winners, but in the AFC North, I have Pittsburgh at 14-3, Baltimore at 14-3, Cleveland at 10-7, Cincinnati at 3-14.
Wow, there's a lot of people that think Cleveland win the division.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I have them losing both games to Baltimore and one game to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And I'll probably go back and redo this again. So then the South, I have Indy at 12-5. I have Tennessee at 11-6. Jacksonville at 5-12, and Houston at 3-14.
I agree with that. I don't think. I mean, Indianapolis obviously is. I think between Indianapolis and Tennessee, that's going to be the division winner.
And I think Carson Wentz is a better quarterback than Ryan Tannehill, and I think Carson Wentz gives you a couple of wins where Ryan Tannehill can't.
Gotcha.
And then I have the East. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like the East in the AFC. I've got New England at 15-2. I know. I went through.
Wow! Holy cow! Yeah. Well, here's the question: Who are their two losses to?
Let me do this. I will just go back through the list here. Go back to week 1.
Week 1, I think they have the Jets.
Yes, I do have them losing to Tampa Bay.
Okay.
And I think I have them losing one. I think I have them beating both the Jets. The Jets is the other loss. So in week 1, we have Pittsburgh and Buffalo. I have Buffalo. Minnesota and Cincinnati. I have Minnesota. Tampa over Dallas. Kansas City over Cleveland. Indy over Seattle, because Seattle's got to come to the East Coast, and West Coast teams don't do well on the East Coast.
Right.
I have Philly over Atlanta. New England over Miami. New England at home early in the year. I like New England at home over Miami. I have the Chargers over Washington. San Francisco over Detroit. Houston over Jacksonville. The Giants over Denver. the Rams over the Bears, Baltimore over Vegas, the Jets over Carolina in Week 1, Tampa Bay over New Orleans, or Green Bay over New Orleans, sorry. And then the nightcap, the Monday night game, is I have Tennessee over. Oh no, that's Sunday night. That's one of the late games on Sunday. I have Tennessee over Arizona. And then Week 2 is I have Cleveland over Houston, Chicago over Cincinnati, the Giants over Washington, Buffalo over Miami, Dallas over the Chargers, which that one could go either way, Tampa Bay over Atlanta, Jacksonville over Denver, Indy over the Rams, Arizona over Minnesota, New England over New York, the Jets, and that's a road game. And I have them winning both the games with the Jets. Seattle over Tennessee because that one's in Seattle. Philly over San Francisco, Kansas City over Baltimore, Carolina over New Orleans, Pittsburgh over the Raiders, and Green Bay over Detroit.
Okay.
Week 3, we have Denver over the Jets, Houston over Carolina, which could easily flip. Green Bay over San Francisco in San Francisco. That could easily flip. Kansas City over the Chargers, Buffalo over Washington, the Giants over the Falcons, Miami over Las Vegas, Cleveland over Chicago, Tampa Bay over the Rams, Pittsburgh over Cincinnati, Arizona over Jacksonville, Seattle. I have that one. I have Seattle winning that one against Minnesota, even though it's an East Coast, West Coast matchup. I just like Seattle better in that one. Tennessee and Indy, Baltimore over Detroit, Philly over Dallas, New England over New Orleans.
Where do you have the record, buddy, finishing overall?
What's that?
Where do you have the Bucks finishing record-wise?
17-0.
Oh my God, undefeated.
I have Kansas City and I have Kansas City and Tampa Bay going undefeated.
There's a lot of people that predicted that they would go like 15-2 or 14-3.
Yeah.
And one of their losses is the Rams. Because the Rams have such a good defense. And they do give Brady a little bit of hell, if that's the word I'm looking for.
Fits.
But
no, I have I have just real quick. Like I said, I have Kansas City, and then I have Denver at 6-11, Vegas at 3-14, the Chargers at 3-14.
Okay.
And then the NFC, I have Green Bay winning the North at 12-5, Detroit at 10-7, Minnesota at 6-11, Chicago at 4-13. Tampa Bay is 17-0. New Orleans is 5-2. Carolina is 5-2. Atlanta is 0-17.
So you have the Saints and the Panthers 15-2 on the season.
5-2. 5-2. 5-2. Or 5-12. What?
5-12. Okay, I'm sorry.
Did I say that wrong? I meant 5-12.
Okay. And so you have the Falcons winning no games?
Yeah, I have the Falcons going defeated.
Wow.
Yes.
Piss off the Atlanta, hopefully.
I know, right? I think I said
the Braves. The Braves are one of those underwhelming teams in the MLB. They don't need their football team to be bad too.
Yeah.
Their basketball team's doing very well.
Right? They're surprisingly well. I didn't see them. I thought the Knicks were going to win in 5. But apparently not.
I'm sure If
the Knicks are going to win, it'll at least have to go 6.
Yeah.
Pulling his hair out at this point. What little hair he has left.
I haven't. I mean, the only thing I could do is because I think I'll be home tonight. I'm not going anywhere, so I probably could call into his show. Yeah. See how he feels about the Knicks.
I have stuff going on tonight, so I won't be able to be on his show. Then I have in the East, I have Philly at 14-3, Dallas at 11-6, the Giants the Giants at 8-9, and Washington at 3-14.
Yeah.
Seattle at 12-5 in the West, San Francisco at 10-7. The Rams at 7-10 and Arizona at 4-13. The playoffs look like this. Let me actually go to the to the playoffs. So the wild card weekend is Baltimore and Indy, Buffalo and Pittsburgh, and Tennessee and New England. I have Baltimore, Buffalo, and New England winning. I have in the NFC, I have Seattle, Green Bay, and Philly all winning over Dallas, San Francisco, and Detroit. Somehow Detroit makes the playoffs every time I do this. So I don't understand, but last year I did it, and Detroit made the playoffs too.
Yeah.
Then I have New England over Baltimore, Kansas City over Buffalo, Green Bay over Philly, and Tampa Bay over Seattle. And then in the conference championship, I have Kansas City over New England and Tampa Bay over Green Bay.
It's a rematch of last year's Super Bowl.
In a rematch of last year's Super Bowl, I have. Oh, actually, wait. How did I do that? I thought I took. Oh, I meant to take Kansas City. I took New England. I meant to say Kansas City. I have Kansas City and Tampa Bay, and I have Tampa Bay winning. Tampa Bay winning it all again in back-to-back years, just to piss off all the Brady haters.
Well, it would be something too if somehow the Lightning could win the Cup again and the Bucks win. They win back-to-back championships. They might burn Tampa to the ground.
I know, right? Yeah, but it won't be the Tampa Bay fans though. It'll be all the Brady haters coming in there to burn it down.
Yeah, I know that the Bucks have started their OTA. Most teams have started their OTA.
Yeah, most teams are starting their
voluntary OTA. So you're not going to see any of the big guys there. But Brady's already started to work out with his teammates.
Yeah, from what I've read, rookie mini camps are going. I see a lot of those
doing very well.
I've heard that. Yep.
I just heard something popped up on my phone that Jordan Love is impressing all the Green Bay Packer people. Well, that's interesting because you're supposed to be Aaron. Because then I read an article today that Aaron Rodgers may retire and then come back in 2022. So who knows? I don't know. Yeah. That's a soap opera on its own.
Right. I don't know. I saw. I saw a gallery. I think I saved it. I meant to save it.
I'm gonna hop off here, bud.
Yeah, so go ahead.
I'll come back on. Yep.
Apparently, I didn't save it. No, that's screenshots. It's not what I wanted. Here we go. This is what I wanted. We'll see you in a minute if you come back. Not a problem. Apparently I didn't save it. So, derp. I was gonna say something about Green Bay. I thought I had saved that little thing. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It was a top 10 defense. It was a couple weeks ago, so it may take me a minute to find it. Give me 1 second. Damn. Aha, got it. So Aaron Rodgers on his situation right now. Top 3 wide receiver, top 10 tight end, top 2 O-line, top 10 running back, improved defense, good head coach. Aaron Rodgers, not good enough. I was watching a little qualifying for the Cook 600. Oh, Chase Elliott on the pole right now with a 29.97. Got a handful of guys left to qualify. And he'll probably qualify about 25th, 18th. Chase Elliott on the pole as it sits right now with a couple of fast guys still to qualify. And he is across the line 12th. Joey Logano still to go. I think Kurt Busch still to go. I like Kyle Larson in the 600. All week I had stuff that I wanted to talk about that I was going to get into. I guess we'll get into code a little bit here. I don't like road courses, so let me put that out there. I don't like road courses. I think they're boring and uninteresting, and I can't drive a road course to save my life. So I don't like road courses. I don't really understand why we run road courses in NASCAR. I don't really understand why we run road courses at all in motorsports because road courses suck. But I just don't like road courses, and I like running ovals because I can set up an oval. I understand how to drive an oval. I understand how to get the most out of a car on an oval. And so when I'm trying to go back left and right, I cannot get the car to drive the way, at least a cup car. F1 cars are fairly easy to drive on a road course. I don't mind racing F1 on road courses, but I can't get a truck or a Xfinity car to drive right on a road course, and it's just frustrating. I end up skipping those races. And Richmond for some reason, I cannot get the car to loosen up off of turn 4 at Richmond for some reason to maintain speed and be fast. But I like Kyle Larson to get it done. I like Dillon. Austin Dillon's one to watch out for. He's a dark horse. Kevin Harvick's got a fast hot rod. Don't count out Kyle Busch. The usual suspects: Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski's going to be fast again. I think Paul Wolf Borland is back on the box now after missing a couple of weeks. Finally get the ship righted there in at Penske. They said they were asking Penske if he was going to bring back Brad next year or not, and he said that Hamlin's on track now. Looks like he put down a lap. Looks like he's putting down a lap. He may be coming to the green. Just a hair slower than Chase into 1. Yeah. Ugh, not a great lap for Hamlin so far. And a little bit loose, bobbled it coming off of 4. It's still insane to me, 9th on the board. It's still insane to me that they can go out there and drive these cars at these speeds and maintain control. I'm getting sleepy. It's been fun. I got another 20 minutes to fill. I guess we can, talk more about Coda a little bit. I early in the race I didn't mind running in the rain when it wasn't so bad. But about lap 25 or 30 when it really started getting nasty, that's when NASCAR should have called it and just restarted on Monday. I think they would have been better suited just running on Monday. Kyle Busch goes to let's see, 13th or 15th on the board. got a little bit low going into 3. Washed up or coming off of 2. I'm not sure which one that was. William Byron going next. He's got a good lap going. He's got a good lap going. He flew off of 4 or off of 2. And Chase caught him going into 3. Byron's coming back off of 4. And he's got him. Second with a 29.97. Shit. Almost the same exact speed. Oh, this is awesome. This is why we need qualifying every week. Come on, NASCAR, bring qualifying back. Christopher Bell taking a run. Not as fast as Chase getting into 1. About a full mile an hour slower. That's slower off the corner too. I'm gonna say it's not how fast you get into the corner, it's how fast you get out of the corner. You just can't carry the speed into 3 like Elliott did. Probably about 15th on the board. 11th. Bush ended up 14th. Here comes Tyler Reddick. I also like Reddick to have a top 5 run. Ripping the wall later in the race. Yeah, as we get into the nighttime and Tyler Reddick can get up there and run that rim ride, rip the wall, watch out for him. He's gonna be fast. Coming back on Chase pulls him down the back stretch. Tyler Reddick's not a guy that I expect to qualify well, but he will race well. He had to breathe the throttle in 3 and 4. And he got 11th. That's not a bad starting spot. I'm really worried about Kyle Larson in the 5. Here comes Joey Logano. I also expect the 22 to put down a hot lap. He's only 31 years old. Here we go. Down the back stretch. 61, 65 going into 3. He had a He's right there with Elliott, about half a car length back. No, lost it coming down the back stretch. And he's about 15th, 12th. So the top 5 right now are Elliott, Byron, Harvick, Dillon, and Bowman. Here comes Kyle Larson. I think he's got the best shot to knock Elliott off the pole. Yep. Yep, he's going to knock Elliott off the pole. Yep. Here he comes. Yep. God, he's fast. He's almost 2 miles an hour faster getting into 3. Well, Elliott's coming back. Nope. Nope. Yep. Larson by a half car length. Yep. Yep. I saw that coming. 2/10 of a second faster. Ricky Stenhouse up next. Staying right around the bottom. Not real fast. Oh, he's faster than... He's about half a car length faster. Stenhouse gonna put her on the pole? Uh-oh. He slipped in 3 and 4. Yep. Oh, second. Stenhouse with a hot lap. Daniel Suarez with a good lap running here. Looking at a top 10, top 12 starting spot. 9th on the board. I'm not sure how many more we have to go. Blaney. I don't know. He ain't got nothing for Larson. I can tell if they're gonna put down a hot lap going into 1 if they're running 177, 176. He just didn't have it. Don't mean he ain't gonna race good. Don't mean the red car won't race well, but he ain't gonna put her on the pole. Blaney 11th. Is that it? Is Blaney the last one to go? Yep, that was it. Larson's on the pole. I saw that coming. I had a feeling Larson was going to go to the top of the board. I really don't have anything else. And another 15 minutes here before we get done. I want to thank Bradley for coming on today's show. It was good to have him on. Fun as always. I don't know. Oh, maybe this is... No, that's not what I wanted to do. Close player. Watch later. I really wanted to... I guess I can't stream it. Sure. Alright, at least it sounds good. And hopefully you didn't hear that. Yeah. I like Larson. I just do. Oh, da, 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 da. So that wraps up qualifying. We got about another hour before the Xfinity race starts. And tennis, playoffs. Quick pitch. And Sports Center. Anything interesting in the headlines right now? Let's just jump over and look at the MLB standings because I haven't looked at those in a couple of weeks. Okay, so the Rays lead the East by a half game over Boston. The White Sox lead the Indians by 2 games. And I thought the White Sox were going to be a good baseball team this year. And the Athletics lead the Stros by 2.5 games. And the worst team in the AL is Baltimore. In the NL looks like this. The Mets lead the Phillies by 2.5 games. The Cardinals lead the Cubs by a half game. Padres lead the Dodgers by a game and a half. And the worst team in the NL is the Diamondbacks. Well, how about that? Softball. Don't care about softball. I don't know. I was going to talk about so much. I had stuff this week. Let me look at my gallery real quick and talked about that. And they've got soccer on. And they've got soccer on. Oh my god, there's so much soccer. Oh. Well, guys, I'm gonna shut it down for today because I'm sitting here in the dead air with nothing better to do. So I want to thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it. Stay safe, get vaccinated. Want to wish, with it being Memorial Day weekend, I want to thank all of our servicemen that have paid the ultimate price for us. We appreciate it. Appreciate everything that you've done for us. We're thinking about you and your families, and we wish all the families the best on this weekend. Remember, have fun. Don't forget to party, because their sacrifice would mean nothing if you didn't have a good time. So keep it on, turn it up, and let's lock it in and watch some sports this weekend. All right, boys? Thank you all for coming out. Have a good night.